This week, Cuba buys Star Wars Battlefront and immediately sends it back. Walking recap, Cuba reviews the Disney movie Moana. Aaron reviews magical beasts and where to find them. This is Modern Retro.
See, what you gotta do is you gotta lock her on the crate. You don't have a dog, right?
No, all I have is cats.
Yeah, get a dog crate and throw her in there. The kid, not the woman.
And welcome to Modern Retro.
Look, man, you put a bowl in there, you give them one of those little hamster things to where they can...
I think we'll call this episode The Crate.
Right off the bat, look at that. The first sentence I give you. See, now I know what I bring to this show. I was in doubt before. I was like, what do I really do? I don't edit. I don't do anything. I barely post shit. I don't even listen to the podcast myself.
Yay, I have a purpose.
Yeah.
I'm the episode namer.
Welcome to Modern Retro, episode 13. I'm Cuba. Across the internet is Aaron. And sitting across from me, the wordsmith, Roycef the First, the first of his name, Crown Prince of Swamp Yankee.
Hi.
Thanks for joining me in person, as always. Thanks for not drinking any of my beers tonight.
Man, I'm going straight water today. Electrolyte Smart Water, or the off-brand, not actual Smart Water. Smart Water.
But we see now we can't clank. All right, that was unsatisfying. It was unsatisfying.
You're unsatisfying.
It was not good for me, sir.
No, yeah. This is Modern Retro. We're going up. This is episode 13.
Look at
Already.
Believe that shit? When did we start? I know we tried starting in the spring, but I don't think we succeeded in starting in the spring.
That was a pretty ugly start. They blew up like the Challenger. Just didn't even get off the launch pad.
Too soon.
Come on.
It's like 1988.
2 years after I was born. Was that?
What?
Did we ever get Superfan Darius back from Escape Pod?
I don't think anybody from the Escape Pod came over with us.
They were sick of our shenanigans.
I posted a few times on the old Escape Pod Facebook page, and I just think too much time has passed. I think our hardcore fans have scattered to the wind. I tried to get them back.
Execute Order 66.
No, we don't want to kill them. We want to bring them back.
I'm just saying the way you said scattered, it was like the remaining Jedi who just kind of spread throughout the galaxy.
Every single listener is now an enemy of the podcast. But why didn't he just meow? Lord Vader, meow.
I tried to make a croaking like a but it just didn't work.
Yeah, I don't even think Superfan Pat listens anymore, and like we know him personally.
He's got shit to do. Bobby doesn't listen.
What's your excuse, Bobby? God damn it.
He's too much of a Trump-supporting racist.
Oh, I guess it's a good thing Bobby doesn't listen.
Are you kidding me? Right now, do you know what he'd do? He'd turn it off, and you just hear. He'd give himself the slow clap. Okay.
We need to step up our efforts to reach out to the old fans more. Both of us will message Pat and be like, Pat, fucking listen. It's on your phone. God damn it.
See, he's gonna get pissed off because I don't even know if he knows we do this, and he's been trying to get me over there to podcast with him and do. Our podcast that we were going to
do. You're cheating on him, you've
been trying to do that for like 3 years.
I know. And when I'm at the helm of something, it doesn't get done. Hence why I don't run another podcast. But
hey, thanks for coming over to the podcast. Hey, want to smoke before we do it? Sure. And then it never gets done.
And then we're watching YouTube animal attack videos.
Look at this fucking Planet Earth episode.
Like I remember when you first came up with that idea. You're like, we're just gonna get high. We're gonna talk about the meaning of life. I'm like, and you're like, we're not gonna put any time limit on the episode. I was like, so it's gonna be a 4-hour episode of like you guys talking for about 15 minutes, and then like you just hearing YouTube videos.
Dude, watch this hawk. It eats this goat. It gets the goat. It gets the goat.
There's this fucking thing, and it's like, I don't know, it's like a skunk or something, but some guy's talking about it, and he calls it a badger, and he don't give a fuck.
Hey man, back when me and Aaron had that podcast, you hated it, but me and Aaron thought it was a damn good one, where we talked about...
I didn't say I hated it. It was one episode.
I know, it was one episode. Did I say podcast? I meant one episode where me and Aaron, without you, we smoked, we talked about the ancient Egyptians, we talked about the mysteries of ancient man. It was a good goddamn time.
I thought so.
We need to do that again, Aaron.
Internet high five.
Whoo!
What do you think of the podcast? You listened for the very first time.
I did.
Like, you must have been, like, did you run out of cam shows or something?
It was the episode
like,
that we had technical difficulties on.
I was at work. I ran out of more famous and productive podcasts, to listen to. So I was like, fuck it. I guess I'll listen to our shit. So I listened.
That's a resounding endorsement.
Yeah. No, I listened. It was good. The sound quality was good as long as I'm here and not over here because you can't really hear. Yeah, see how it fade out of that?
Well, I mean, I can set it so that if you do, for whatever reason, lean to the other end of the table, it will pick you up.
No,
but
it's good.
This is set for this.
It was funny.
You like that?
It was the last couple ones that we did, the technical difficulties one, and then the one that I was absent. It was just you and Aaron.
Okay. There's a few we rotated. So
it was the most recent one.
Okay. Yeah.
So an actual lack of talking shit about me. I was very surprised.
We only tried to do it in the beginning.
I know, but there was there was like nothing said. I was like, wow.
We might have blown our wad in the previous one. Yeah. Exactly.
There you go. I expect nothing less. I like it.
You like it?
I would listen to it if I wasn't part of it.
But you don't, so you're a liar.
You lying piece of shit.
Eventually, as I started, eventually me and Pat will get ours together. It's going to be called Into the Rocks, and it's going to be what I do here, but like two of me. It's going to be great.
Pat's Pat was on the second version of the Escape Pod, and I love Pat, but he is not like you. Pat is very soft-spoken and chooses when to speak.
I don't, man. I told you last time, I throw things out like a machine gun and hope that one of them hits, and they happen to.
Exactly. So, I mean, it will be if I say will be as in, like, the mythological sense of the word, like...
the mythological podcast, yes.
Yes, like, it will be as in, it most likely will not happen, but you'll talk about it like it did.
Well, see, what you need to do is you need to get a Pokemon with fly. You have to fly to Vermilion City. You have to make sure you have one with strength. You got to roll the truck over, and it's underneath the truck. Nobody gets that reference?
No.
Aaron, are you shitting me?
I only played the first one.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. The mythical Mew.
On the Game Boy?
Yeah, no shit.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I never found the Mew. Fuck.
No,
That's where it was the whole time?
Because you couldn't do it. It was just something. It was back in the early days of the internet when people would just throw random shit up, and you would like try to do it, and you're like, oh, and then you go back and you're like, it didn't work. I was like, oh, well, you need to do it with this little thing attached. You had to start the whole game over. It was shit posting and trolling. I can't believe you guys didn't get that fucking reference.
No, dude, I got
the Vermilion City, and I was like, he's talking about Pokemon. And then
I knew he was talking about Pokemon. I just didn't know like where it was going.
Vermilion City to get the Master Ball.
I don't think I played the.
Was that a slow clap?
I think I didn't play like the Pokemon Game Boy games until what was it? Blue and Gold came out. I think.
Did you say Blue and Gold?
Right? Was it Blue Gold?
No,
or
it was
Silver
red
and Gold?
And blue, silver and gold.
Black and gold. No, wait,
I didn't play the original one. It was like the first wave of like the sequels.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's gold and silver. I remember I was like 8 or 9 maybe when I played the originals, and I think the other ones came out like a year or two after that.
Yeah,
and it was as I was getting out of it, but I still got it for Christmas. So I was like, oh, cool, I'll play it. I beat it, and then I was like, I'm done. Solid RPG game though.
Oh, definitely. And it's one of those things I scoffed at, but I'm like, Pokemon. All I knew was the cartoon. I didn't. Like I said, I hadn't played the game yet, so all I knew was the cartoon, and the cartoon was fucking annoying.
No, it's awful.
Sometimes you wake up on a Saturday morning and it'd be like a 4-hour block of it, and you go, why did I not change the channel for 3.5 hours?
Oh, I figured out, I was listening to the podcast the other day, and I figured out why we didn't know about the anime that Roy was talking about with that weird little flying teddy bear and the girl with the maid outfit on?
Yep.
Because Fresh Prince of Bel-Air came on at that time slot. We fucking switched over.
Hey, man, when I was a kid, we were really, really poor, and I shared a room with my kid sister until I was probably like 11 or 12 or something like that. In a 2-bedroom tiny house that's about half the size of Cuba's basement. So
Well, you got to give people a reference here because they don't know how big this is.
about 4 square feet. It was my room was
Space was bigger than 4 square. Your room, okay.
Yeah, my room was tiny. The room, we had bunk beds. It was awful. So whatever she watched, I had to watch.
Well, I just remember when I got home, it was Pokemon because Pokemon was the first thing that was on, and then it went to might have been Dragon Ball. I'm not entirely sure. And then from there, dinner was ready, so it came into the living room, and that's when Fresh Prince and Star Trek: The Next Generation happened. Like that's.
I remember about 5:30, Star Trek always came on. I remember that.
That was like the Toonami block you're talking about, right? That was on Cartoon Network?
No, UPN. UPN was with
Shit.
Pokemon, and then you had to switch over to Toonami for Dragon Ball, and then it was fucking Fresh
Dragon
Prince
Ball
time.
in Gundam Wing. What else is on Toonami? Cowboy Bebop.
That wasn't was that Toonami?
I think, right? Is that
Hey,
Toonami?
speaking of that was actually one of the first ones that I watched. Remember we were talking about anime last week?
Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, I remember Cowboy Bebop. That was a good one.
It was good. It took me a little while to get into it because I didn't like it at first, but then after you kind of get the ball rolling and you're like, okay, this is pretty cool because they were like bounty hunters.
It's a lot more adult than you're used to at that young age.
Yeah.
I won a Toonami contest at the time.
Did you get a Dragon Ball shirt?
No, it was the contest with where you get to go to Japan to develop a game or something like that. So I had submitted my thing, and I won second place, so I got a free N64 with a Mario Tennis.
Mario Tennis sucked.
Oh,
Fuck you, that was fantastic.
That's right down there with the Mario parties. I never liked any of those fucking games.
I was never a Mario Kart, Mario Party, Super Smash Bros.
See, Mario Kart and Super Smash Bros. Were the fucking tits.
See, I was never.
I just stole those from my cousin. I went up to upstate New York. I was going through to see what movies my mom had, and I was like, ooh, Smash Brothers, Brawl, and fucking...
For which system?
For the Wii.
Oh, nice.
Smash Brothers Brawl and fucking Double Dash. So I'm like, yoink.
What's the one that we played a lot? Oh, it was the first or second Smash
First
Brothers?
one's N64.
Where you were Link every single time because you are... In any single fighting game, Aaron is the easiest to use generic character. He's always Scorpion in Mortal Kombat. He's always Link in Super Smash Brothers. He's like, yeah, this is my guy. I'm fucking awesome with this guy. It's like, yeah, everybody's awesome with that guy. That's why that guy is that guy.
Fuck you, I switched up to Ness. Ness was my second character.
That's the noob like player of choice.
Well, I need to play this new one, so you guys got to come over and play Brawl with me because Sonic's in there. I gotta fucking make sure this shit's legit.
Is that the one where they like added Snake to it also?
I think so.
Metal Gear.
Like that's just weird. Like I get adding Sonic because Nintendo owns Sega now, and I get adding Final Fantasy characters, but it's like Snake. Like I can just see him like coming out of the shadows and slitting Mario's throat.
He would massacre everybody in there. He'd show up in a fucking Metal Gear Rex and just nuke everybody.
Right, like it's like fight. The round begins and everybody's just looking around. And it's like, who am I fighting? And then all of a sudden he just comes out from like under the map and just cuts his throat.
What a thrill! The darkness and silence through the night.
Dude, that is like the best James Bond intro that was not a James Bond intro.
It was, like you said earlier, it was the absolute tits.
Absolutely. It was great.
It was great. The best. I listen to that song sometimes. I have that like...
Go on YouTube and just...
I really do.
Because it's good. It's awesome. And it really... It's like I want that to be in a Bond movie. But you know what? Like...
The lyrics make no sense. It's like some days you feed on a tree frog. No, some days you go through the rain. Some days you go through the tree. You feed on a tree frog. It's such something. Such an ordeal to survive. But it works. But if you know the video game Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater,
but I mean, it makes sense.
Totally works.
Yeah, it makes sense for the game, and then also it's probably translated from like Japanese, and no Japanese intros make any sense when they're in English.
Yeah, that's why when Volgan walks around and goes Kuwabara, Kuwabara. That's why he says Kuwabara, Kuwabara, because there's no English equivalent to it.
Oh, okay.
Nobody knows what in English. Nobody knows what the fuck it means.
So like they're sitting there like translating the game, like, what the fuck is this guy saying?
Exactly.
It's like Google can't even answer this one. Oh, I want to play that game now.
Speaking of games, I heard you went through an ordeal earlier, Cuba.
Ooh,
nice little
good segue. This is the episode of Slow Claps. I'm gonna yeah.
There you go. There's the name for the podcast. Slow Claps.
the slow claps.
That sounds like
That sounds like something you need cream for.
I was gonna say it sounds like an STD that just overtakes you very slowly. Just years.
Yes, I had a gaming ordeal.
I was gonna say
I'm trying how to frame this without me sounding like a cheap prick, but it comes down to me being a cheap prick. So
Cuba's not like the rest of us gamers. He hasn't come up with the justification.
I'm not a gamer. That's the thing. I love video games. I've played video games my entire life. I will never claim to be a gamer.
Well, you're not a particularly good video game player.
That doesn't matter.
I know. You try. You make up with enthusiasm. Skill, not your forte.
No, it doesn't matter at all. So, again, love video games. Played video games my whole life. Not a gamer. I'm just framing this conversation with not a gamer, because I feel like to call yourself a gamer, you have to go that next step above and beyond. Like, it's part of your like day-to-day living existence. If you're gonna call yourself a gamer, you play games every day, or almost every day at least. Okay. That to me, that's what I think a gamer is. Me, you could say I'm a casual gamer. I would love to play video games more. I just don't have the fucking time.
You're an adult gamer.
No, because I know there's a person on my webcam right now staring back at me who's an adult and plays far more video games than I do.
I try.
So I don't even think that adult gamers is accurate, because also there's grown ass men in South Korea that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars playing StarCraft professionally.
Those are mutants. They're not people who do that are they're part of another species. They're not human. The video game part, not the Korean.
Not the Koreans. They're human.
Bunch of fucking mutants.
Muties!
That was my line.
Yeah, you didn't say it.
I know. Yeah. So I would also characterize myself as a part-time gamer. You know, we're adults. We're fathers. We've got full-time jobs. There's no real way we can do it. You know?
I have to schedule mine like a meeting. from 7
to
11, I will be gaming on Monday.
I can't even do that. I don't have the time, because like my nighttime is when I get to right now Christmas shop or to like work on any projects that I just do not have time for during the day. So it's so hard. So I went and I bought Battlefield Ultimate Edition.
Battlefront? Star Wars
Ultimate Edition. Star Wars
my
Battlefront.
rave reviews.
Ultimate Edition. It's not rave reviews. We played it over your fucking house and we complained about it, but we're like, it's Star Wars. It's kind of fun.
I bitched about it very much.
And you can go back to a few episodes and hear our bitching and complaining, and also like just defeatism where we're like, well, we're gonna play it anyways. But so Aaron sent me this link like almost a month ago, because I'm like, I'm not paying fucking $60 and then another $20 and another $30 for this fucking game. I'm not paying $120 for any video fucking
for
game.
the base game and then the DLC packs and
then the
all
season pass and all that shit. So you sent me this link on Amazon for the Ultimate Edition, and on Amazon it said the price was like $31 and change. I'm like, I'm gonna keep an eye on this, and it was for a pre-order because it didn't come out till a week ago. So I'm watching, keep going back every like week or so to take a look at it. I'm like, okay, prices hold still. I don't pre-order. That's against my policy. I don't pre-order fucking games because it's a waste of goddamn time.
I don't pre-order anyways either. Like you said, it's against my policy. I think I pre-ordered one game, and that was The Last of Us. And in my eyes, it was the only game I would and should have pre-ordered because it was a fantastic game. anything else, I feel like it's a ploy.
It
Like
really-
they
a
want
lot of
that
times
money
it
from
is.
you right off the bat.
Yeah.
and then they never deliver on the promises.
Yeah, it's
They
like,
never
no.
do.
I'll give you my money when I'm damn well fucking ready to
I'll
give you
my money when I see the reviews, and
Yeah.
not the corporate reviews like Game Informer and all that. If that publication.
Nintendo Power.
I was gonna say like those publications even exist, but I wait to see reviews like from people like Total Biscuit, Angry Joe, YouTubers.
Yeah.
because they're gonna give you their
Although they
actual,
are getting paid also.
Yeah, but they don't get paid by those companies.
Right,
A-
yeah.
Maybe some of them do. The ones I watched, they specifically say they do not. That's why they'll demolish a game. They don't have a stake in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But when you see these professional reviews on online publications and whatnot, and you see something that's got like a 9.9, it's like everybody else panned that game. Everybody else said the game was shit. So I do not pre-order games whatsoever.
Exactly. So the
Did you
release
ever
date
play The
came.
Last of Us?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I beat the fuck out of it.
Okay, just making sure.
You did?
Yeah. I bought the remastered PS4 version.
Oh, okay. You looked away when you said that. That's why.
No, I haven't finished the special Ellie prequel missions yet.
Yeah, but you looked away again when you said that.
Okay. No.
One second, other derail. I'm going to derail this one. So I'm looking at you on the webcam, and you're obviously in the basement, but I can see the light from the kitchen or from wherever you're sitting casting a shadow of the stairs onto the back cement wall. And I just see the cat slowly slink up, and I'm like, Cuba, there's a murderer behind you.
Well, good. It left. It's been sitting here rubbing my fucking feet for like the last 20 minutes, and it's been
Like
really annoying.
Nosferatu, that scene where he's going up the stairs. Anyway,
That's
okay, back
awesome.
to Battlefront.
I need to put like some sort of like backdrop with like a nerdy looking screen or something on it behind me, so that we can like actually like record these and put them on YouTube.
So
because
that-
nobody wants to sit here and look at me, not see Roy, and just see like I'm looking at me in the window, and that pipe in the ceiling is very very prevalent.
It's like it
and
needs to
then-
be cleaned.
then
You
this-
look like you're hanging out with the Ninja Turtles.
Well, that
Dude, this is a dank, dirty basement. I'm not gonna clean the fucking. What is that? I don't even know what that pipe is for.
some sort of red mold growing on it, rust and red mold. No, well, hey, my view is Cuba, the microphone, and right over his left shoulder is two fucking giant litter boxes that look like igloos. So,
Yeah, that's the cat shit station.
yeah.
Well, I still have
Okay.
an unboxing for the Star Wars box that needs to go on YouTube too.
You gotta send that. Anyways, back on topic. So I bought Battlefront.
Were you happy with your purchase, Cuba?
No!
Why?
I'll get to it. So I bought it. I ordered on Amazon. And part of the reason why I didn't pre-order it before time, besides it being against my policy, is that I don't want a physical game. I'd much rather download them. So I wanted to see if the PlayStation Store would be the same price as Amazon. Not at all. Like I bought it for, with shipping, $32 and change. On the PlayStation Store, it was $60.
Wow.
So I'm like, no, fuck that.
I like
Fuck that
having
shit.
I like having the physical copy.
I don't. I have like a terabyte on the PlayStation 4. I just want to fill up that fucking hard drive.
It's so great when you can just like scroll through your list and hit play and it fucking plays.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I'm just too old school. Where it's like I like having the
You hate change, we know.
I like having the actual
You're blowing those
knowing-
cartridges, you piece of shit.
Hey, you know what, man? For somebody to take it from me or for me to lose it, I have to lose it. I don't have to blow a fuse and all of a sudden my PlayStation blows up.
Yeah, but if someone robs your house and steals your PlayStation and all your games, you're out your PlayStation, all your games. You download it, you have to get a new PlayStation, but you still own the game. It's like in the cloud. You just kind of you re-download it, but you don't have to pay for it again.
It's a risk I'm willing to take.
Anyway, so back to Battlefront. God damn these similar names. So I bought it. I finally get it. I install it, and it's like play as Darth Vader killing a bunch of people in the Hoth hangar for an hour while we install the game. Did yours do that too?
Yep.
Okay, so after about 30 minutes, I'm like, I'm getting really fucking tired of this. Finally, it installs. I'm like, all right, great. I'm going to play the game. And I'm like, so the Ultimate Edition is supposed to come with everything. Comes with the Season Pass, all the DLC that's been released. including the Rogue One DLC that comes out in a couple of weeks.
Oh, wow.
So the Ultimate Edition comes with everything across the board. So I'm sitting here, I'm kind of going through the menus, I'm trying to figure it out. I had to figure out what the hell my EA password and username were, and that took about 30 minutes because I'm like, what the? I haven't logged into EA since I got Mass Effect 3. So
See, I never do any of those. The EAs, the Ubisoft.
Well, you had to like
you have to do it now.
get the full
You play any game
effect.
online now, you have to fucking log into Ubi, and you gotta log into EA, and Sony might have one too. I don't know. It's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, it's annoying. So, 4 years since I last logged into EA, so had to figure that shit out. Finally, I got it, and then I'm looking through the game. All right, I'm logged in. Where's my missions? Where's the Death Star mission? I want to do the Death Star mission. Not there. It says not available. I need to get the season pass. I'm like, are you shitting me? Like, the season pass is supposed to be included. Like, I messaged on both of you, and I'm like, this is fucking bullshit. I'm rip shit. This is I'm gonna get blah, 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 blah. And you're like, well, you shouldn't have bought the game, Mr. Snooty Pants over there, Roy.
The game is bullshit.
That's not the advice you needed, Roy.
So cooler heads prevailed, and I was like, wait, let me look in the game. So I open it up, and inside is a piece of paper that has like a code.
That's not the first thing you fucking did?
No. I thought, dude, it took a fucking hour to download and install. I thought that was installed with it. So there's a code that I have to go into the PlayStation Store, punch that in, I get everything. Finally, I get everything. I'm like, all right, good to go. Here we go. So I go to join a mission, and it says, you have to join PlayStation Plus. I'm like, no, I don't want to. Then it goes back to the main menu. I'm like, what the fuck? Why did it do this? I want to play the game. Click again. You have to join PlayStation Plus. It's this much a month for 1 month, this much a month for 3 months, 6 months, and a year is $60. And I'm like, are you shitting me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to pay a subscription to play a multiplayer game on fucking PlayStation Network? When the fuck did this fucking happen?
Since the PS4 came out and you didn't do your research?
Hey, first of all, I didn't buy that PS4.
You were gonna insult it, weren't you? It sounded like I didn't buy that. Like I could hear it.
The 4.
Like I see it in your eyes. One eye got real small, the other one got real big.
But
You turned into Uncle Ruckus for a second.
But no, this is the exact same kind. First of all, no, I didn't research it. I didn't buy the PS4. It's Liz's, so I did not know that
his pride, went in the other room, and beat his wife. Why, Cuba? Why?
I am not Roy.
Don't lay that on me. You can't say that, but you can't edit it out either because it was funny.
Nope, I'm not cutting anything. This is what you hear is what you get because this has to go up tonight.
I don't beat women.
Nobody listened to that conversation because it was off air. So just drop it.
Only if they need a
Now everybody's gonna be like, what was that
Acknowledge
conversation?
that Roy does not beat women.
He doesn't beat women.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Well,
About 76% of the time, he doesn't beat women.
And if it happens, it's usually in a sexual nature.
So I didn't know you had to fucking buy a subscription to play fucking online on PlayStation 4. Now
To join the online network.
right, I didn't know that. I'm pissed, absolutely pissed. It's not your fault, but I'm just going to say that when I was a full hardcore Xbox player, you have to buy Xbox Gold in order to use like the online shit. So it's sort of the same thing. And it was annoying. I'll admit that. I didn't want to pay for fucking Xbox Gold, but you kind of have to. And you were the one with the PlayStation at the time. You have PlayStation 3, and you're like, you don't need to do that on PlayStation. Yep. PlayStation is free. You don't have to pay a subscription to play that shit online. So I mean, I didn't know that changed with the PlayStation 4. So
I didn't either, to be completely.
So I get this.
I gave you shit, but I didn't know either.
Right. So I mean, I get this. I get the game, and I can't play it unless I buy a subscription. And
how expensive are the subscriptions?
It was like $60 for the year. When you break it down, it's not that much, but
it's the fucking fact of the matter that you already pay for the online connection.
Absolutely.
My modem is directly hardwired right into the fucking PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
If I would do the same thing if I had a PS4. Why am I paying an extra we'll say, I don't know, Anything. Why do I have to pay anything? I don't care if it's a goddamn dime.
Like, the internet is essentially $90 because they make you buy those, like, 10 basic cable channels that nobody watches.
And
a phone line that nobody uses.
Do you have a house line, too?
Yeah, everybody has a fucking house line that they don't use because the cable companies is like, you want internet? You gotta have it, otherwise it's more expensive. Doesn't make any fucking sense.
That happened, like, I have fucking internet. All I use is internet. It's $80. I just looked at the bill because it came in today. $86 a month for just internet. But I really have TV too. But I don't fucking watch TV because I have the goddamn internet. So
yeah, exactly. It's fucking ridiculous. So now they want another $60 a month. I mean, it breaks down to like less than $5 a month or something like that.
But you already have the existing.
I have the internet. You're making me pay more to play games on the thing I already fucking have. And again, this is where I'm irate, and also where this separates me from being a gamer, because like we said at the beginning of this, I don't have time. Right. I do not have. And Aaron's calling me cheap that night, and I get it. It does make me sound fucking cheap. I'm not pay. I've returned the game. I checked on Amazon. It was already opened. Doesn't matter. I can return it. I'm getting my money back minus like a $4 restocking fee. I have to send it back because I'm not paying that to play the game because it's not worth it. Because I am not a gamer. I don't game every day. My wife doesn't game every day. We love video games. We absolutely fucking love video games. I mean, that is one thing that bonds us together is our love of video games and playing video games. It's mostly classic video games, but right now, at this point in life, it's a waste of money to pay for a subscription because we don't play online games against other people, with other people, enough to justify even spending $5 a month.
You shouldn't have
to.
It's so fucked up.
It is. It's infuriating because I really, really wanted to play that. I know you didn't like the Star Wars game, but I mean, I wanted to play it. It's stupid.
You're banging the table a lot.
I'm drinking. It's stupid Star Wars fun. And all I wanted to do was just, I haven't played a game in I don't even know how long.
Mass Effect.
The Last of Us.
No, you played Fallout 4, didn't you?
Liz bought and started playing Fallout 4. Then she had the baby and has not had a chance to go back to Fallout 4.
Maybe you were playing Fallout 3. I remember.
I was playing Fallout 3.
It was like a year ago.
More than a year ago. It was almost 2 years ago. Oh, The Last of Us was. I think I stopped playing Fallout 3 because I downloaded The Last of Us. So year and a half to 2 years ago was the last time I legit played a game. I played it a few months ago. I went back and I played Mass Effect 1. But I mean, I beat that pretty damn quick. Yeah. And then it's different because I already played it. Yeah,
you don't have the same experience.
Exactly. I just wanted to just sit down and play, a little bit at night, a fun, brainless first-person shooter.
And you wanted to get your money's worth.
Absolutely. That's why I bought the Ultimate Edition because, I mean, people have spent $200 to get everything that comes in the Ultimate Edition that I paid $32 for.
And it's not nearly worth the $200 they paid.
No, not at all. Not at all.
It is a $30 game.
Absolutely.
As is with all the extra content, quote unquote extra content that you got, it is still only a $30 game. Mm-hmm. Because it's only got a couple modes that are even worth playing. All the other ones are complete shit. Yeah. It's the same thing again and again and again.
So I was so irate that night. So fucking pissed. I tried playing like not the single player, but like the offline mode where you just kind of play against the AI.
Yeah, it's awful.
I got 10 minutes into that and I'm like, fuck this shit. I took the game out, like angry took the game out, threw it back in its fucking thing, threw it on the kitchen counter so I remember to fucking go to the post office the next day because I was that fucking pissed about it. I like, in like a couple of years when things die down with kids no longer being newborns and shit like that, and just life simmering a little bit, then I'll pay a subscription because I'll have more time. I can, it's like I'll be able to breathe a little bit, and it's like I got the time to do this now. But right now I don't have the time.
Get a fucking Scorpio, you piece of shit, so we can play some goddamn video games.
What's a Scorpio?
Comes out next summer.
It's the new version of the Xbox. It's like a PlayStation 1 Plus.
Oh, so they're giving them names now, like fucking
Right?
Mountain Lion OS X.
Am I right, Aaron?
No.
I'm not. It's a completely different system.
I think so. Because
No,
they just came out with
I
the
don't think
Xbox
so.
One Mini, which is like the PlayStation Plus. It has higher, it's like 4K, and it has a bunch of new specs and stuff. So I think Scorpio it's like super souped up. I don't know if it's going to be Xbox One or if it's just Xbox Scorpio, but it's going to be, crazy specs and VR.
I think it's really just an Xbox One optimized for VR and 4K.
Well, see, this game is got like VR function.
Yeah, I know, but the new ones that they've got are coming out that are going to be way better.
It's they need to do the cross-platform
Not only
gaming
that, they're
because
piecemealing this shit out way too fucking much.
It's getting to the point where it shouldn't matter what game system you have. It's all the same fucking internet, same fucking cloud. Like, we just need. They need to just.
Like Mac or PC.
I'm an Apple. You're a PC. It's
internet.
like, yeah, exactly. It's. I don't understand why they're. I know one of you sent me something about like an article about like finally cross-platform play, but it wasn't. It's probably Aaron because usually just read the titles and send them. You don't actually read the article. So I read the article and it didn't. It's not actually happening. It was just like a thing saying how the technology exists to make it happen, and they should make it happen, but it's not happening yet.
I read it. It was depressing.
That's
why I don't read the articles, because they're depressing, Cuba.
Yeah, you're the king of clickbait.
I think part of the problem with the whole subscription thing is I don't like the idea of paying yet another third party for something that I should already have.
Right.
If it was just an extra, now this is surface level, right? There's no difference in how much I'm paying, but it just feels better for some reason. If for Verizon had an option of, I pay $100 a month, but if I want to pay an extra $3 or $4, I can play online gaming, I'd probably get it because I already have a Verizon bill. To that $100 I'm already paying, an extra $4 or $5 doesn't feel like anything. Mm-hmm. But to go out of my way and pay Sony something that I already am paying Verizon for makes no sense. It feels wrong. It feels like I'm getting fucked.
It's a separate bill that you're gonna have to remember to pay monthly. So granted, most people set up an automatic payment thing with most of their bills, so you don't even have to think of it. But still, it's just like another thing that you're gonna have to send money to another company. It's just so fucking annoying.
And you're paying for the privilege to hook up to the infrastructure that's already there.
Right. It's like I already have it in my house. Yeah. It's like why? I mean. Remember our LAN parties?
It's like
it's like if we went to Aaron's house and he charged us $5 to play the video games in the LAN parties where we had like 2 or 3 TVs plus a laptop plus like a PC set up and we all played Halo in like 4 different rooms.
Yeah. See, their argument is, oh well, you're using our multiplayer network. But my argument to that is, well, every time I go into some place that has Wi-Fi and my phone registers it, I need a password. If they charged me $1 every time I walked into a restaurant and wanted me to use the Wi-Fi, I wouldn't do it.
Absolutely.
It feels wrong. It feels fucked up. You're charging me for something that's already there.
Yeah.
That's why restaurants, stores, malls, they offer free Wi-Fi. It's there.
Yeah, Panera Bread charged me $1 to use the internet. They can go fuck themselves because they're already charging me $10 for a fucking small mac and cheese.
half a sandwich.
Exactly. Dude, I don't know.
Where'd the other half go? Did you feed it to the guy outside, the homeless dude?
I don't know if inflation is going up or something, dude. Because I went to fucking. I didn't have time to make breakfast this morning.
Getting smaller.
They're getting smaller. They get more expensive. I didn't have time to make breakfast this morning, so after I dropped my daughter off at school, I stopped at Dunkin's and I got same thing I always fucking get. I got a medium cold brew, regular, a veggie egg white with bacon on a flatbread.
What's the point of getting a veggie egg white with bacon?
It's delicious.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right, there you go.
Because I like vegetables in my egg, but they don't make a full-on egg with vegetables. So, if they did, then I'd get that.
Okay.
It's always funny saying veggie with bacon.
That's true. Like, like how can I? Can I get a veggie egg white with bacon? With bacon? They're always confused.
I've seen people order veggie burgers with bacon because they like the taste of the veggie burger. And to that I say, fuck you. To that I say, you're inhuman.
Well, to that I say, bacon.
But it's a veggie burger with bacon. It's like
bacon.
You gotta let new flavors come into your flavor profile, Roy. It's a new thing. You gotta try.
But I just get a regular burger with bacon.
Carcinogens and cancer.
You're eating bacon.
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 It's a Band-Aid. Okay, it's a Band-Aid.
Bacon is a Band-Aid for life.
A meat
It
Band-Aid.
really is.
But so I got that sandwich and my cold brew. It came to $7
Band-Aid is another
and
name for this
change.
podcast.
$7 and fucking change. Now Liz thinks I should have looked at the receipt, which I threw out because maybe they charged me for the wrong meal. But I'm like, no, I just think it's getting really too fucking expensive to eat anywhere because I know for a fact like just a coffee's like $3 at Dunkin' Donuts.
So they charge you $4 for a sandwich.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's insane. That's insane, dude. I remember when a bacon, egg, and cheese was 99 fucking cents. And a coffee was $1.
Man, I remember when a gallon of gas was 89 cents. We can't compare things like that.
Dude, you weren't driving when a gallon of gas is 89 cents.
I know I wasn't, but I could see I was in cars. You think I wasn't? I also had eyeballs.
That's the eyeball, son.
I could see that the Getty station said 89 cents a gallon.
He was sticking his head out the window while his dad was pumping the gas, going, "It's a great time to be alive, Dad."
See, I remember when the 89 cents a gallon
So
because
right
I
on.
had just got my license and I was getting like all the pennies I possibly could because I needed gas but had no money. And that was like when you're like, like how much will this get me? You just drop all the change that you have in your life and they're like, gets you 2 gallons. And 2 gallons, like, dude, that would get you for like the week.
Okay, maybe. I remember a time where you could cash in cans and fill a gas tank. Think about that. You show up with 2-3 giant black bags at like say Muckies or any redemption center, throw in those cans, and you'd get a couple bucks back and you could fill your tank with it.
Yeah.
Oh, like you said, Aaron, what a time to be alive.
What a pippin'.
What a happen.
So that's our rant on life and video games, I guess.
Bacon.
Bacon.
That's society,
Bacon.
man. That is
Bacon just makes it better. Bacon makes society better.
Getting gouged,
And-
eat some bacon.
Absolutely, and it was delicious. That's the
Not
best
the gouging,
thing.
the bacon.
Yes, that's the best sandwich you can have at Dunkin' Donuts is the veggie egg white with bacon and don't let them put that fucking shitty American cheese. It has to be the cheddar cheese, the white cheddar cheese that they throw on that shit with the bacon. Oh, on the fucking flatbread, but it's not like it's like a regular wrap. It's like a fucking pita bread wrap.
Man, you're talking like this some sort of gourmet shit. Come on.
Dude, that is fucking
as
street
gourmet as
side
it
gourmet.
gets. Out the back of the window. That's pretty
It's as
gourmet.
gourmet as I'm gonna pay for, but now it's the same price as Panera Bread, so I might as well go to Panera Bread.
I go to this little place for breakfast some mornings called Oak Street Cafe, and they make a solid. I mean, you could knock somebody out with this fucking thing. It is a heart attack in greasy wax paper. It is, it's beautiful and delicious. It's not healthy. If you went there and you said, "Hey, can I get a veggie egg white thing with a cold brew?" They'd laugh and they'd stare at you and laugh. They just look like rib each other and go, "This fucking guy over here." No, but it's so good. And their sandwich are like $4. But honestly, it's like when I say sandwich, it's not like bread, like flat bread.
no, I mean-
It's like 2 fists put together.
Well, like anything else, it's got to be worth the price.
Oh, this is worth it. Yeah,
It's just
it's a brick. It's a beautiful brick of bacon, egg, and whatever wheat product you want.
goes down like a brick, comes out like a brick.
Yep. Blue.
So we got a couple of more. We got a couple of reviews. We can. Did you guys watch The Walking Dead?
I did. Did Aaron?
Can you do a 10-minute recap?
Did Aaron watch it?
Yes, he nodded.
Oh, well, I can't see him. I can't see you.
You can come sit in my lap. We'll do a walk-in recap. I saw a movie. Aaron saw a movie. We'll give our thoughts and reviews, and then we'll call it a night.
Sure. All right. You want me to jump into the walk-in recap?
Jump in.
All right. Cool episode. This episode actually takes place before the whole, or before or during the whole Negan making an example of for Rick with Abraham and Glenn and all that. So when they took out last season, they took out an outpost. The Alexander and Rick's crew took out, as part of a deal with the Hilltop, they took out a outpost of the Saviors under the impression that this is all that the Saviors were. They took them out. It was a really cool episode. Gutted people, blah, 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 blah. Heath and Tara, two kind of side minor characters, took a truck and decided to go scavenging. Right, so they got sent off on their own 2-week mission. So they've been gone for 2 weeks. This episode follows them. At one point, they're on a bridge. They get separated. I'm just going to very briefly overlay. Is Aaron over there laughing?
No, he's like, his little closet's going dark, and then it's coming back, and I don't know what the fuck's going on over there.
Corny came in, flipped on the light, and he was like, "Granny, don't look.
Go to the store and get Grandpa some rubbers."
The big ones. Oh, God. All right, so basically, I think the episode opens up on Tara waking up on a beach, and then it kind of...
I forgot about her.
Right? But this is it's another... Not a real action-heavy episode again, but it's a good one.
I've heard people complaining online that this hasn't been a very action-oriented season.
I'll get to that.
And I have no problem with that.
But
good storytelling doesn't necessarily need to be all action.
The reason the ratings for I'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
So Tara wakes up. It backfills a story on her and Heath trying to cross this bridge. Shenanigans happen. She gets pushed over by a walker while Heath kind of disappears. You don't know what happens. He looks like he leaves her. Like runs away. She wakes up. She is actually eventually finds her way into a community that is mentioned in the comics. I said in our message that they deviated from the comics, and this is where it happened. They mention Oceanside, which is a community in the comics that they bring up, but never really show yet. At least at the point where I'm at. And so Oceanside is like an old campground motor park or something like that, with these little cabins, and it's all women, and they're badass. They have little dog clickers that like make a noise, like very silent when
Amazons.
Sort of, but it's all older, younger. There's no men at all, no boys, no men. They use bells like separated by miles to like attract walkers away from their camp. They're very, very secluded. Everything's covered in camo netting.
Of course, if it's a society of all women, they're doing everything the correct way.
Yeah, and so when there's a danger, they use those dog clickers, those quiet things, and everybody goes to this one shed and they hand out weapons. And so they noticed at this point they know that Tara's there. They get the weapons to shoot at her. They kind of she gets into their good graces. I'll say she gets captured, and they explain what happens. And the only thing I'm disappointed in is basically the reason there's no men when Tara asks is
they fuck shit up.
All the men this group was another community. They were a community. And somewhere else, and they decided they were going to fight the Saviors. Negan made an example by killing when they fought too much. Negan made an example by killing every man and boy, every male over the age of 10. Shot him in the head, lined them all up, shot him in the head. So the women, they expected the women to kind of like go back into the camp and work for the Saviors again. They picked up everything they could, and they just fucking hightailed it out of there under the cover of darkness. Fucking ninjas. They found this little place. They made their own community. Now they're trying to stay very secretive, so they don't want Tara to run and blab and all this other stuff. Jump in at any time, Aaron. Don't.
I thought you had it.
Okay. So basically, it boils down to Tara wants to leave. They don't want her to leave. She has to escape. She gets help from characters, from one character in particular. I'm trying to do this as non-spoiler as I can, I guess. And then, shit, help me out for a second, Aaron. What else happens after that?
After she escapes?
Yeah, after she escapes. I'm blanking.
The whole... it's hard to explain, too, because she just plays this whole lying game the entire time she's there, and they let her go with a escort back to her civilization or whatever so they can see if it's actually real or not. And then she fucks over that person, and then
No, that wasn't what happened. She knew that they were going to kill her. They that was all a lie.
Okay.
When I can't remember the older woman's name, the leader of the crew there, she basically told her escort to kill her because they were afraid that she was going to let their secret out. So that's why when she went to go kill that walker that was kind of tangled in the brush,
Yep.
she kind of moved a certain way. The bullet whizzed over her shoulder.
Yep.
And then she was like, "Oh fuck!" Yeah, she took off. So eventually, it was basically this whole episode was about Tara, her adventure, and it was humorous. It was really good. It had tension. It expanded into eventually, she got in back to Alexandria. After a while, she went for a hike. She found Heath looked like he tried to help her. She had a flashback because she remembered like, oh, Heath did try to help me. He didn't just leave me behind, but for some reason I forgot. But he was abducted by some other crew. There's tire marks and there's a car that says PPP on it. Nobody knows what it means.
Same people that took Beth.
Right. So she makes her way alone back to Alexandria, having a good time in good spirits, like I'm on my way back, da 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 da. And then she gets back, and the whole episode has this kind of like a fun tone to it. She's cracking jokes, she's being very quippy and sarcastic, and it's good because that's what her character is. Even though she's a minor side character, she's got some.
I forgot she was in the goddamn show until you mentioned her just now.
Yeah, well, that's because I don't think you're up to date. She plays a slightly bigger role in the last season. So, but then she gets to Alexandria. And and the person who lets her in is Abraham, and he's crying. And then she kind of learns, the next scene you see is like after she was told her girlfriend Denise is dead. You know, everything
How
that
did
happened.
Denise die again?
She took the arrow to the eye.
Oh, that's right.
From Dwight. You know, she was making this big speech and this and that, and then she got killed.
That's right. She got Abraham's death.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Spoilers.
yeah. So that's pretty much the entirety of the episode, but
I like the concept of like an Amazonian village,
Yeah.
like hidden in the woods and
now, see,
shit.
a lot of people bitched about it. A lot of people didn't like this episode. Like, oh, who cares? This is like Beth all over again. But this wasn't like Beth. It was a solid episode. You had some intrigue. The only misstep I thought is I thought I called it. I said, oh shit, because she sat down and she was talking at dinner when they kind of confided in her, and they said we had a community. And someone came in and they killed a bunch of us. And I thought they were talking about maybe these women were the wives and children of the people of the saviors of the stronghold that Rick's group killed. So I was like, oh shit, she's going to reveal that she's the one. Like, you know, she said, look, we took them out. We took out that outpost. And they said it all looking at each other. And in reality, they were looking at each other because like, we can't help you. You fucked with the saviors. Look what they did to us. We can't be involved in this anymore. I thought that it was going to be, you did that because that was our men. Those people, those saviors you killed were our crew. I thought that these were going to be the victims of Rick's outpost battle,
Right.
which I thought would have been a great twist, but it wasn't to be. Solid episode. It sucks. And to go back on something else that you said, like about I mentioned about the ratings, people are bitching about this show. And the ratings I saw something online somewhere. Oh, the ratings for The Walking Dead have dropped this season from 11 million a week to like 7 million, 8 million,
Yeah.
somewhere in there. And you want to know why? Because the show is good again. The show works. They're doing even the small deviation. Usually we're abhorrent of any deviation from the
Absolutely.
comments. This is a very good one so far.
See, and I believe you, because I am a vocal critic of the show. I'm a season behind, but people like stupid shit.
They do.
When people have to think about what they're watching, they don't like it. And they don't watch it. So if people are complaining, if the ratings are down, if people aren't watching the show as much, it's because they're, like you said, they're making people think more. It's more cerebral. And I'd rather have a more cerebral zombie post-apocalyptic show than something that's just like fucking an hour of action every single episode.
Now, what's really stupid is the article says, oh, they haven't seen ratings this low since the third season or something like that. Like there was a lull in the third season. Which, again, they did fuck some of that up in the third season. But like you just said, the show is excellent right now. And every point you made fucking stands. It's if people have to think, this show, it's like we've gotten rid of the plebes. Like the plebs, like get out of here, get out of here. No. This is our show. Yeah, this is like not a thinking man's show, but it's almost like they've boiled off the fat of the audience, not just the show, but they got rid of all the idiots, and this is where the stand.
I still say that the Talking Dead is partly to blame for the idiocy of the fan base.
You can't have a 1 hour show talking about a 1 hour show.
No, absolutely. I mean, I thought it was dumb when it was a 30-minute show. When I found out that it went to an hour show, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Do you really need an entire... Look, that's fine. If you want to make a podcast, if Chris Hardwick wants to make a podcast on the Nerdist Network called The Talking Dead where he talks about the fucking episode for 2 hours, that's fucking fine. That's his fucking deal right there. But you're eating an entire 1 hour block of television advertising time to talk about the show that we just fucking... And I've never seen the 1 hour version of The Talking Dead. The last time I saw it was still 30 minutes. There was never anything good to watch. It's not... I love what I like. I don't buy DVDs often, but when I buy them based on like what behind the scenes shit is there.
Special features, directors.
Like I want to know what was the thinking behind the story. Give me the storyboards. Give me insight into the characters' minds. Their motivations. Just all that shit. There was very little of that in The Talking Dead. It was so bullshit that the peddling to like the fucking that show peddled so much to the dumbass sitting on their couch with their red "Make America Great Again" caps.
Oh, don't insult the fucking... Come on.
I'm just saying.
No, what this show is, what The Talking Dead is for, and why these ratings are down is because like our parents' ages got into this show for a while. They're like, "Oh, The Walking Dead, this is really cool." Like I remember my own mother, my estranged mother, that she got really into this show for a while. She was like, "Oh man, this is really cool, huh?" And that's gone now. Like they just don't want to buy either. I don't know what happened. People are dropping off. So I hope that show, The Talking Dead, either gets cut back to half an hour or just gets dissolved altogether. I mean, there's no need for it. I like Chris Hardwick. I think he does a good job on his podcasts. He's a very good speaker, and he runs that show well. But I don't see a need for it. Like you said, I mean, and like I said before, you don't need an hour-long talk show to discuss the events of what just happened.
Now when there's no substance to the goddamn talk show.
Take the budget for that and make every episode a 2 hour episode. That way we have basically double the amount of time so you can do more with it. Or take that budget and throw it into the episodes so you can have better locations. And
it's funny that you said like older people and parents are watching The Walking Dead. I remember being young and I hated 90210. Never like voluntarily watched an episode.
What was the theme song to that? I'm trying to remember.
It's just one of those generic like musical 90s intros.
Friends.
No, it was more like upbeat drama.
I don't know why I got the Friends one stuck in my head.
But my parents, my stepdad and my mom, never gonna let you go. That was my parents loved 90210. Back in the day, they watched.
That was Beverly Hills or no?
Beverly Hills 90210.
I know, but then
Melrose Place came on afterwards. Yeah. I don't know if it was like the same universe. I don't think they thought about things like that back in the 90s. It was the
back-to-back block for teenage angst.
It was, and my parents watched at least 90210, and I hated that fucking show. And I've been sitting there in the living room watching this fucking show I hated. And it's just funny that like I don't picture. I know my mom would not watch The Walking Dead. My dad, I don't know if his TV changes from Telemundo ever.
Telemundo!
But it's just funny. I'm just picturing like parents watching The Walking Dead and then thinking back to my parents, to like going like, wow, this teenage drama is insane, even though all these people are 33.
Yeah, for some reason they're high schoolers, yet they've got fucking perfectly sculpted, like, bodies and shit.
Well, they're high schoolers, and like one of them is balding and has like the fucking crow's eyes and shit. So, do you have anything to add to that episode, Aaron? Good episode, bad episode?
Yeah, what were your closing thoughts?
I thought it was okay, but it definitely.
It was an okay episode.
It goes
Cheers.
back to the binge worthiness of it. Like it's one of those type of episodes where it would make sense as a larger whole, and it kills the fucking mood when you have to wait for advertisements and shit. So
That's one thing. I love that show Vikings on the History Channel. I watched the first 3 seasons. Season 4, they're doing like a sort of like a Walking Dead thing where they did season 4 came out. They did half of it. Now half of it is on Amazon, but then the second half is airing now after like a mid-season break bullshit thing.
I hate those mid-season
I hate that.
Why do they do that? Why?
Just I don't know, to say that, to extend a season by making a season into 2 seasons. You can say, hey, the show went for 20 seasons when it didn't, for real.
Yeah, but that's not how you're going to reach syndication. You need a certain amount of seasons, a certain amount of episodes, don't you?
No, I think you just need to be like accepted.
No, syndication
something.
I think you need over 100 episodes.
Maybe, I don't know.
But seasons have nothing. Actually, yeah, seasons have nothing to do with that.
I don't know,
It
because
doesn't-
the original series of Star Trek only had like 74 episodes, and they're
Yeah.
in syndication. They got into syndication. They're like the first show to actually be syndicated.
Oh, maybe they got grandfathered in. I don't know.
But they were the first show.
Oh, man. Shut up with you and your logic.
So yeah, I mean that show Vikings. I'm not watching the first half of season 4 until the second half is done and on Prime, because I'm not going to sit there and watch it and then end on a cliffhanger that I'm going to wait 2 or 3 months for. It's like, no, give me the whole fucking season right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's a symptom of being spoiled by this streaming age.
But networks look at that. And that's how shows get killed, because they're going to look at this. I don't think they're ever going to kill The Walking Dead until either the story ends.
No,
or,
they've essentially said that they're going to keep going with it indefinitely, and then they're like we can make 1 million spin-offs.
Yeah. So, but I think that drop off is a victim of, like you said, of people wanting things to be streamed, things to be immediate, right? But the networks will look at that. Say everybody collectively just says, "Fuck it, we're gonna wait for the second season to come to Amazon so we can watch it all at once." They're gonna look at it and they think in the old way,
Right, and they'll cancel it.
excuse me. They're gonna look, they're gonna see it. They're gonna see there's nobody watching it while it's on. So where's our money? We're not getting anything from this.
Prime example: Sons of Anarchy. I really like that show, and I know a lot of people fucking love that show. I watched the first 2, maybe 3 seasons. I don't even remember anymore. But
And I left that at the second season.
it got to a season finale, and it ended on a cliffhanger. Yeah, I forgot what it was. Like, they took the baby to Ireland. Like, the baby was kidnapped by somebody and taken to Ireland.
Yeah.
I never watched it after that.
Yeah, neither did I.
I was just
that was
like,
second season.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, exactly. So it's too long of a fucking break. I don't know. It's just certain shows, like, I'm into it. It's like, this is great. Watching. It's over. Forgot about it.
Yeah. In a world where I can get anything I want on my phone, and in a world where I can have something from AmazonPrime.com sent to my house in 2 days, I'm not going to wait a year for a show to come out.
Yeah, dude. I ordered just now, 4 days ago. I ordered 400 pictures, photo prints off of a website. I got them yesterday. They weren't even supposed to be delivered till next Tuesday.
Yeah, everything. This is the world that we live in.
Yeah.
And the old suits who run these networks and whatnot, they haven't caught up. It's not gonna be caught up for another probably 10 years, maybe.
I think 10 years is it's going to be sooner than that. They're going to, but I mean, not even. I mean, it almost just regular TV to me is irrelevant. I don't even care what's on regular TV anymore. It's what's on Netflix and Prime, and to a lesser extent Hulu. I don't have Hulu, but if you have Hulu, obviously that's going to matter to you. HBO Go. I have that. So it's
I watch exactly one station, and that is for The Walking Dead. 16 times in an entire year, I will turn. Besides maybe like a UFC, an occasional UFC fight night or something like that. Maybe we'll say I watch 5 of those a year. So 16 episodes plus 4 for round math. 20 times a year, I turn on my actual cable box, and I actually watch something on it. I'm paying all that money for fucking nothing. My kid watches the TV. She watches, a couple of Disney channels and Nickelodeon and stuff like that. I barely use it. I use, like you said, Netflix. What is the other one? Netflix, Amazon, Hulu. Mm-hmm. Those are all the ones that I use.
Yeah, we just use Netflix, Amazon, and HBO.
You should be able to pay for one station through, say your PlayStation or a box or something like that, like the way they do HBO Go. I should be able to pay for AMC. Apply for a subscription for the months between this and that.
It'll get there. I think that's the way it's gonna go. You're gonna be paying per channel.
You should have to
use.
pay for what you watch.
Yeah.
There's an old phone thing. You know how you pay for a phone and you get a certain plan. You get a certain amount of minutes. It's the way that used to be.
Right, still on it.
You. If you were a woman, I'd beat you right now. Oh, these are jokes. These are jokes, ladies and gentlemen. Jokes.
I hear our 2 of our 6 listeners just left.
I heard them screeching as they ran. So there was
Aaron's giving a look.
Yeah, well, he could wait. So you got 1,000 minutes.
Uh-oh.
You get 1,000 minutes. You still have to pay for those 1,000 minutes no matter what. You pay if you go over. You pay extra. Ting was this phone company that you'd only use you only pay for what you used. So if you only talked on the phone for 20 minutes a month, you got billed on those 20. And every minute had a currency. You should be able to do that with channels.
Baby, where you at?
Ooh, cricket, chirp me, dog.
Aaron, you saw the Harry Potter Fantastical Beasts movie.
I did.
Give us a review.
Now.
Well, I won't take too long to describe the plot. Essentially, it's this guy. I will say this about what's her name, R.L. Stein.
R.L. Stein?
The damn writer of the book.
Oh, J.K. Rowling?
J.K. Rowling.
R.L. Stein.
She gives some pretty interesting names to her characters. So the name of the main character is Newt Scamander. Almost sounds like a dirty word, but...
It sounds like Cobra Commander's, autistic brother.
So he comes over from England with this case just full of weird-ass crazy creatures.
He came to America.
Yes. New York,
America. This is the first time in Harry Potter that, I know, the rest of the world exists, but the Harry Potter books and movies focused on just England itself.
Yeah, it takes place 60 or 70 years before.
Right, it's a prequel. But this is the first time they've actually talked about magic in America.
This is also directed by the same guy who did the last few movies of Harry Potter, so he definitely knows the world, special effects and storytelling elements, that kind of thing. So he comes over, has this case. It gets switched out with one of the Muggles or No-Mages, as they call them in America. So they do that whole dialect thing. The difference in the wizards from America and the UK. So he ends up with the case, accidentally opens it, so a bunch of these little creatures get out. They do different
so they're
things.
magically shrunk. They're magically shrunken to could be contained in this case.
Exactly.
It's like a Mary Poppins case, isn't it?
Yeah, he's essentially a zookeeper. So he's trying to release, he's bringing these animals, what do you call it, back to their home, their motherland or whatever. That's one of the major plots of the movie. Is he's got one of the beasts that lives in Arizona, so he wants to bring it back to Arizona. And meanwhile, there's this whole thing with the council that's in America. I forget their friggin' names. It's like ISIS, but with an M in it. It's
Wizard ISIS.
They're trying to track down this dark entity that keeps destroying property and exposing that wizarding exists and everything like that. So the stories intertwine. I'm not going to get into the plot because I didn't
understand it.
No, I understand it. I just it's a lot to get into it, and you can't just kind of breeze over it. But suffice it to say, I fucking hate the Harry Potter movies. I hate them with a passion. I don't like them.
Wow, really?
I do. I don't like them. I don't know if it's just the magic part or whatnot, but I mean, I even watched other movies with the Harry Potter guy in them, and I've loved those. So it's definitely the Harry Potter book movies. I felt like after the second or third one, they catered too much to the people who read the books, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on at that point.
Huh, see, I think that's interesting because I didn't see like the last three or four. I don't remember, but I liked all the ones I saw because they got progressively more adult and darker.
I mean, I will say that about them, but like,
and it was definitely a very interesting world that they set up.
Yeah,
and that's why I didn't know that this one takes place in America. I'm interested to see what wizarding, like what American wizards are. Like, do they swear more? Are they asshole wizards? Like,
yeah, they're more dickish.
Like, I just
hey, fuck you, Newt.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck you, kid.
They're more
abracadabra, kid.
They're more
Abracadabra in your fucking age.
It's more run like a company than anything else.
So
like a business.
American wizards are capitalists.
So basically, with that going in, like, I know I don't like the world that's already been established. Like, it always bored me to tears. I'd fall asleep during every movie if I actually did fall asleep during movies.
So I'm gonna guess going into this movie, she's like, "Come on, let's go see it." You went, "All right, but I better get some good sex out of this."
No. I definitely knew seeing this movie was a foregone conclusion because Akoda is a extreme Harry Potter fan. So, I mean, I don't make fun of her for it. I just don't like it.
I know. I was there for the Harry Potter birthday party.
Exactly. So, I mean, she's constantly saying, "We got to watch all the movies. We're gonna have a marathon." I'm like, "No, we're not." Like,
why don't you watch why don't you watch a real saga like Star Wars? Come on, fuck off.
Well, she has that geek cred too. I took her out of school early
good.
so she could watch Return of the Jedi and Empire Strikes Back before we saw Force Awakens. So
nice. There you go.
You're coming out of school, parenting, doing it right. But no, this was a foregone conclusion that we were going to see this movie, and I have to say, it was. I'm going to give it a bucket of fucks because it was fantastic. Like,
whoa!
I know. I blew your mind.
You just said you hate the Harry Potter world, and you're giving this a bucket of fucks.
I am.
Wow.
Yeah, damn.
You want to know why?
All right.
You want to know why? Because
American wizards.
Because
maybe it's the setting, but the plot was a well-rounded plot. All the characters were fully realized. Like it defied expectations in the way that like they bring in a little plucky, almost like a sidekick humorous character, which is the guy who actually got the case and opened it up. So you think he's going to be like, just there as the audience character for them to tell you what's going on in the film, but just like slap those one-liners and be kind of, goofy. Mm-hmm. By the end of the movie, though, that motherfucker scene had me Pixar tearing. The kind where you're just like, you motherfucker, like you did it. And any movie that can, get the sprinklers going, or even just like the flood in the basement. Like, I'm gonna give a bucket of fucks because it, like I said, it told a whole story with characters that they made me want to care about, and it wasn't a setup for the next movie.
So basically, it's the complete antithesis of Harry Potter.
If you watch the 8-hour Harry Potter or whatever fucking 16-hour Harry Potter movie marathon, then yes, but.
Are there any, like, what are the connections to the Harry Potter movies? Like, is there a Voldemort? Is he even born yet?
So, there's no Voldemort, but they mention the schools. Like, there's a joke about the feuding schools of, like, which one's better. There's a couple of name drops, and there's one character at the very end, I'm gonna butcher the fucking name, like Gretchel Wander or something like that, but,
Grundle Wanderer.
Grundle Wanderer.
Grundledorf.
Grundlewind.
He is mentioned in the Harry Potter world as like the wizard Hitler.
I thought that was fucking.
This is before him. This is
Voldemort.
No name, no nose.
No,
no name, no nose.
There was a Hitler before Hitler.
There was no. Well, what's his name? Voldemort isn't Hitler. He was just the Antichrist. This is Hitler. So,
Maybe we should have like Courtney and Dakota review this movie.
Probably. You'd be here for a 3-hour podcast.
We wouldn't understand a single word they said.
Yeah,
Newt's Commander.
It'd be interesting making fun of the names.
Oh, yeah.
Snoots Commander. I'm gonna write that down for a future episode name. Snoots Commander.
Snoots Commander.
It should be Snoot Commander. Commander of the Snoots.
I am the Clit Commander.
But I definitely say it's worth a watch. It's worth a rewatch. It's worth a buying when it comes out. It was an actual movie that was good.
I'll have to try to make time to go see it because I had no interest in seeing it, despite my actual like and interest in Harry Potter, but not that much.
Harry Potter was always so boring to me. I could never get into it.
I liked it. I definitely think that it's a very full, well-rounded world that she crafted, like a world underneath the real world, and that's what I liked about it. I always found it interesting, but it never quite grabbed me by the balls enough to drag me completely into the fandom. It's just like a passing interest. I'm like, I tip my hat at it, type of.
I also have to give
interest.
props to the main guy, the Newt actor, because his performance is like what drives this entire thing, and it's
he's an awkward actor. He was that dude in that like weird fucking the Matrix sisters, whatever the fuck their names are now.
He was in that.
Jupiter Ascending.
Yep.
He was like the prince or whatever.
See
right.
the Matrix sisters?
They both had sex changes. They're both women now.
I know. But just the way you put it, I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? I was like, did he mean like the two ghost twins in like the second movie with the dreadlocks?
I remember him as Stephen Hawking in that newest movie that just came out. It's like yeah. He was actually Stephen Hawking?
Yeah. The young before he was all in the chair and shit.
Yeah. So I didn't get to see the movie, but I saw the trailer and was like, oh, I gotta make time to see that, and I never did.
Well, maybe it's worth a watch then.
Yeah, no, it sounds interesting.
But he has a way of like hiding pain, like realistically. So it's not like, oh, you mentioned something that's like, is emotionally scarring, and he has like this, like, I don't know, you can see his acting come like in full force when he's trying to avoid a conversation.
I don't know why, but when I saw him in the previews, I instantly thought of him as a Doctor Who character, like the Doctor.
That's what we were saying, like walking in, like he looks like the 11th Doctor's kid or something like that.
Yeah. So you had a review too, Cuba?
I do. I went to go see Moana, and that movie was fucking amazing. Fucking amazing. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you work for Pixar, start fucking being worried. Because, Disney owns Pixar, and it's like, oh, Disney, Pixar film. Pixar for the longest time, Toy Story, Cars, what else? Finding Nemo, all those fucking movies. The best animated CG movies were Pixar. And then Disney bought Pixar, but Pixar was still kind of like reigning supreme. Nah, dude. Disney does not need Pixar anymore. This movie, besides being like just a great story, it's a typical, not typical. I mean, it's a Disney story. She's not quite the princess, but she's the daughter of the chief, and she's going to lead their people at some point.
So it's Waterworld Pocahontas?
Kind of, dude. It reminded me of like Waterworld, The Legend of Zelda, Wind Waker. But yeah, but she's not a princess. But they make a joke in the movie about, he calls her like Maui, who played by The Rock, calls her a princess. She's like, I'm not a princess. He goes like, it's like, you're the daughter of the chief, cute animal sidekick. You're wearing a skirt. You're a princess. It's like it makes fun of itself. But like, the two dudes who created this movie, they're the guys behind some fucking classic Disney movies. I believe they're the dudes that did Aladdin and a few other movies as well. They're a bunch of crusty old white guys making this movie about essentially it's this movie is a love letter to the Polynesian culture, and I absolutely love the Polynesian culture. Not just. First of all, this movie made me miss Hawaii so bad, because you go into this movie, it's brightly colored, you feel warm watching it, and then I walked out and it's 35 fucking degrees and it was cold and it's disgusting outside. I'm like, God, I wish I want to go back to the fucking islands. But this is a love letter to the Polynesian culture, and they did it so right. And I've been following this movie because it looked interesting since it first came out. They had like a think tank of Polynesian experts and historians and stuff like that helping them make the movie as accurate as possible and respectable as possible. And I have to say that paid off completely. It's a quick synapse of the story is she's...
Don't spoil it for me, Cuba.
I'm not going to spoil it.
I'm going to see it this weekend.
I'm not going to spoil it. So the Maui, the demigod, stole the heart of creation, essentially, or tried to steal the heart of creation. He was smacked down by a lava demon and hasn't been seen for 1,000 years. Maui in mythology raised the islands of the Pacific Ocean out of the ocean, but now I guess like life is slowly deteriorating on these islands and shit. Like the crop is rotting and everything like that. But this island that she's on is still paradise and everything, and it shows her as a baby and she grows up, and they find like the coconut harvest has gone bad and stuff like that, and the fish within the reef, there are no fish, they're all gone, and she's like, let's go beyond the reef. And the father, who is voiced by Jango Fett, is fucking awesome. He's like, no one goes beyond the reef. So her grandmother, who's like the crazy old lady, she reminds me of Yoda. And when you watch this movie, you're gonna go, wow, they definitely based her on Yoda.
For some reason, this really sounds like Lion King to me.
It's Disney. It's
Yeah,
a Disney.
they all
It's
share.
Disney. It's a Disney movie.
Yeah, I got you.
God, dude, like, so she goes off on her adventure. She, the girl who does the voice of Moana, she does a great job. She sings beautifully. The Rock does a fantastic job as Maui. His musical number is amusing, even though The Rock can't really sing. It's still amusing, but just like I said at the beginning, Pixar needs to watch the fuck out. Just how like Disney bought Star Wars and closed down LucasArts, I would not be surprised if within the next 5 years they close down Pixar.
Yeah, but they're just going to absorb...
Well, I mean, yeah, exactly. But I mean, Pixar, I think, will be no more. But you know how Pixar would do those like little mini shorts before their movies?
Yeah,
They still do.
Disney does them now. Yeah. They had those like a little short before the movie.
Was it the one with the volcano, or was it the one with the bird?
No, it was one with like a dude's brain in his heart. Like this guy wakes up and like you see like an X-ray of him, and like it shows the brain and it's got a face and stuff, and it's like sending the signals to like, you know, wake up, and the heart's all excited and stuff, and he's walking to work, and the heart wants to like, sees a pretty girl and runs towards her, but the brain's like, we gotta get to work. But like there's no words, you know, it's all silent film type thing. Mm-hmm. It was good. It was a good little short, but I'm like, wow, I'm like, they're taking Pixar shorts. And then when I saw the movie, the color and the vibe, I didn't see this in 3D. I don't know if it'll be good in 3D. Aaron loves 3D movies. I don't particularly care for them. The water is amazing. The way they animate the water is amazing. This is such a nerdy, geeky thing to say, but the hair, the way they animate the hair is beautiful. I remember like when they did Monsters Inc., you know, they like, Sully's hair took, you know, $4 billion in 3 years to animate. It's like just the way they did this girl's hair and Maui's hair is just something I took notice in the movie theater. You know, just every single thing about this movie was great. And like Aaron said about like the water garden going on during the Harry Potter movie there, I had some feels going on deep down in the cockles of my dead heart watching this movie. I don't know if you will, Roy. Like I said, I have a great love and respect for the Polynesian culture, especially after spending a couple weeks out there in the Pacific.
Yeah, you've always liked tikis and all that other shit.
I have, but I mean, I've also studied their history and stuff like that, and a lot of it is like, a lot of the movie is paying homage to the navigational skills of the ancient Polynesians and stuff like that, and it's great. And like I said, the musical numbers. I'll admit, I spent a couple days on YouTube, like looking them up and listening to the songs and stuff like that. And that's a sign of a good Disney movie when you're like thinking of the music and go, I want to hear that fucking song again. I mean, how many times did we hear like, was
that? That sounded like a Japanese person strangling a cat.
It's a little similar.
It's pretty awful. That was pretty fucking bad.
Great movie.
So we've got 2 movies today that are buckets of fucks.
This was 2 buckets of fucks. They filled it. They one bucket with seawater and then another bucket with seawater, and they threw both buckets full of fucking seawater at me. It was great. I guess I got emotional. I felt things. I didn't cry, but I could feel things.
Oh,
I could feel things.
You
felt things again. It was wonderful.
It was good. There was a Mad Max Fury Road kind of little Easter egg thing in it, and that was amusing. Well, the only white voice actor in the movie was the ugly guy with the glasses from Flight of the Conchords. I found that amusing because I'm sitting there, I'm listening to the voice, I'm like that sounds like the fucking Flight of the Conchords
guy.
He voice? This crab monster who lives in the realm of monsters or something like that they go to.
Yeah, it's because, they're just trying to push the agenda. White people, bad monsters.
Yeah, well, essentially.
Hey.
White people are terrible.
Hey, it's what it is.
He goes into a musical number. I went, Flight of the Conchords. Definitely Flight of the Conchords. I Googled it as soon as I got into the car, and I'm like, yep, nailed it. Nice. No, buckets. 2 buckets of fucks. It was a good movie. This is I really, really liked Frozen. I like this better than Frozen. I don't know. I think Disney. I don't know. This might be the new Disney Renaissance. You know how in the '90s they call it the Disney Renaissance because we had the Lion King,
the
Aladdin,
the
Pocahontas, the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I feel like now is a second Disney Renaissance, starting with Tangled. I think Tangled,
yep,
was like the first Disney movie in a long time that kind of brought Disney back in being fun again. Then I guess I know they made a few movies in between, but Frozen was kind of the next one, which was very, very good. And now this one, which
I keep saying that they should make one. Oh, Brave was another one, which was a good one, but
that was Pixar.
Was it Pixar?
That was Pixar. Yeah.
I think that they should connect all the universes and make like an Avengers style movie where like Elsa and what's her name, Moana.
Yeah.
Meet up
Kingdom
with
Hearts is coming out. Maybe they'll do that.
That's where they connect the universes.
Yeah, they meet up with Rapunzel, and you know what I mean. They fight like a big evil. That'd actually be pretty interesting. Can you imagine how much money that would make?
Well, I could see Rapunzel. Rapunzel and Frozen take place at the same time because Rapunzel actually makes an appearance in Frozen.
Yeah, in the end. Well, no, in the beginning with the wedding.
Yeah.
Or the coronation, whatever the fuck it was. I can't remember. I haven't seen it in a while. Thank God. If I have to hear any little girl, including my own, let it go, I'm going to blow my brains out.
I think that time is... For Frozen's time is over. I mean, still a good movie, but still over. Right? This one is it now. I think till Disney knocks it out of the park again. This was great. I want to see it again. I want to own it when it comes out. It's definitely a great movie. Whether you have a kid or not, I recommend going to see it.
Just don't go alone because that's creepy. If you're an adult,
go alone. Fuck it. Plenty of people go to Disney by themselves. Grown ass men.
Cuba, if I went in there with my kid and I sat down and you came in by yourself with a big bucket of popcorn and sat behind us, I'd be like, this motherfucker.
I wouldn't sit behind you. I sit way in the back.
I'm just saying. You walk in by yourself, I'll be like, oh. His wife and kids probably going to be coming in soon, right? They're probably getting some more food or something. What's this guy doing?
No, actually, you're right. I'll sit next to a family, so it looks like they're my family.
You're just the weird Benjamin Button child.
Yeah, I'll go and I'm like, want some popcorn? I mean, that's all I have to say about the movie without getting into any details. It's a great movie. It's a great movie.
If you want, after the weekend, we can review it a little further, or we'll just talk amongst ourselves.
Yeah. Either or.
I want to see it. And I want to go in fresh. I really.
Yeah.
do.
Well, like I said, I didn't give anything away. I mean, I just gave you kind of like the basic plot.
That was on the trailers anyway.
Yeah. So I mean, and this year hasn't been great for movies, but I mean, it's ending on a high note, in my opinion. I mean, we got Rogue One coming up. We got our tickets, all three of us. Aaron won't be joining me and Roy because he's a prick, but
He wants that
I got 2
4D smell-o-vision.
you bought 2 tickets. You're going by yourself?
No, I'm going by myself on Thursday at 8, and then Friday with the fam at IMAX.
Yeah. No, me and Roy are just going regular, but we got the good reclining seats. That's the thing. Like, I saw we all went to. Well, I don't think you were with us when we went to saw The Force Awakens the first time, but most of the group went to go see The Force Awakens in IMAX 3D, and it's like I'm not a huge IMAX. 3D makes you sick, gives you a headache.
It gives me massive headaches.
For me, it's only 3D for like the first 30 minutes, and then it blends in, and then like it gets too blurry. Like an IMAX screen, you're sitting there and you're like looking all around. It's like I can't focus.
And you do lose they're 3D glasses, but they are tinted, so you lose some.
You lose a lot of the color.
Yeah, a lot of the vibrancy.
Yeah, I saw the Lion King in 3D when it was re-released a few years ago.
Shit.
It did. It looked like someone took a shit in their hand and smeared it across the screen. Because like that's the Lion King is like.
It's a lot of shit.
Traditional art-wise, it's one of the most vibrantly colored movies. Mm-hmm. But with the 3D glasses, it was a waste. And the only thing, the only thing that sticks in my head about seeing the Lion King in 3D was a blade of grass in the foreground was 3D. Nothing else in that fucking movie was 3D besides that one fucking blade of grass when he's like, all that the light touches is our kingdom. I'm just like, that's what I paid an extra $5 for, is these 4 blades of grass.
I consider all those things to be distractions. Aaron feels differently. He thinks when the seat moves and jabs you in the back and you get the air blowing in.
He shoves a finger up your dick.
See, wow.
That was the title.
Yeah. So, no, that all distracts me. I like to sit in my chair and watch this unfold as if it was a moving painting. I get absorbed enough as it is. If the movie is good, it'll pull me in no matter what.
That's what I like about...
I start thinking like, oh man, why is this fucking seat moving? Why there's a car crash. You're gonna blow the smell of burned rubber. What the hell did they get those chemicals for? There's rain, so they're gonna blow mist in my face. Where's this water?
Glass in my eyes.
Where's this water come from? Who cleans these pipes? How do I know somebody isn't pissing in the fucking faucet? All these things take me out of the movie. I don't need those extra things.
Yeah, I enjoy modern movie theaters because most of the ones I go to, it's a nice, big, spacious, comfortable, leather reclining seat.
Yeah, practically a goddamn couch.
That is all I need. I don't need it to move. I don't need it to puff shit or anything. I just want to sit there
it just throws
and chill. And the best thing about that is, like, the aisles are super long, like, big. So, in reclining position, if someone needs to get up and stuff like that, you don't fucking move. You don't move at all. And they can move right past you, no problem.
And with the great stadium seating, it doesn't really get in the way of you.
Right, absolutely. There's no bad seats.
Yeah.
That is ideal. We are living in a golden age of movies. I guess we truly are when, for me and you, we can sit there and just, it's essentially like watching a movie at home, which I honestly rather do half the time than go to a movie theater. That's what I like. It's a golden age because you can go to a 4D smell-o-vision movie theater and your chair can go upside down and give you an enema and shove shit down your throat. And Aaron loves all that, and he can enjoy that, and we can enjoy our own movies. And it's truly a time to be alive.
Yes. Aaron, quick question. What are sex scenes like in the 4D? Do you get hit with mist and ball sweat? And do you really get that stank?
I've only been to Doctor Strange, so if I go to like La Femme Nikita in 4D, I'll let you know. But no.
You got to go to that one that
You really smell
I
the
do have to go though. It's
costume.
like 9 o'clock.
You got to go to that one that Shia LaBeouf was in, where like the sex was real and his fiance broke up with him because he insisted on having sex for real in that movie.
Hey, he's the beef. Come on, man. He can do what he wants, right?
He's the beef, and he's laying down the beef.
Yeah, he's laying down that pipe.
Well, speaking of the pipe, we all gotta go.
What? that was a worse segue.
I
Don't get a
know,
slow
I
clap
know.
for that one, Cuba.
I know.
No. We take.
No slow clap for you.
Just trying to be clever.
Oh, fucking fail.
All
right, well,
take us out, Roy.
Wait,
I'm ashamed.
Before I go, because I gotta go now. The place I work is the sole creator of Star Wars sunglasses, and they're having like a winter sale, and I felt it important to share this with you, as it's 50% off for these fucking glasses, even though they're not sponsoring me. They're sponsoring my time to be here. No.
And what are you? And what royalties are you giving me for airing this on my media?
I don't know. We don't get really anything for this. I'm just sharing this because you're there. I'm sure there's Star Wars fans that listen to us, and you're a Star Wars fan. So if you want $50 off fucking sunglasses,
$50 off.
50% off.
Okay.
Yeah, 50% off like a $300 pair of sunglasses, though.
Yeah. So you like.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
No, the
Gotta
Star
make the
Wars
most out of that
ones.
license.
The Star Wars ones are 20, so it makes them like 10.
All right. Well, tell us the company name and give us the promo code for the folks.
Fostergrant.com, and the code word is FORCE for 50%.
Where do they put
off.
in this code word?
I don't fucking know. I've never bought stuff off the site before.
You are a terrible peddler. You're
I'm
a
not
terrible
peddling.
peddler.
I
I hope your bosses don't listen to this.
They don't.
This is
I
this is something that like we've been fighting for to get like purchases off, like money.
All right,
off
make
of these glasses.
me a little advertisement, and I'll put it in the show notes this episode.
I'm the only one who works on Star Wars. I care about Star Wars, and you need to buy the glasses so I can continue to have a job with Star Wars.
Send me an ad, and I will post it into the show notes and on the Facebook page
Aw, man.
and on the Twitter.
I gotta design something now. Fuck.
Yeah, design something. This is your promotion. Get on it. Give it to me by tomorrow at noon.
Jesus.
Take us out, Roy. Take us out.
All right, well, that's been the show, guys. I believe you can see us and hear us and go to our website at www.
Roy, this is the modern future. You don't need the W's.
I know. I say I don't like change, Cuba.
Fostergrant.com. But just go to the .com. No W's. Learn your shit.
I know. It's Modern Retro Podcast.
Modern Retrocast.
Modern Retro. We do that every week. I need a list of things, so you got to write me up a list so I can.
I'll do a printout
because I don't know everything. I know you can find us on
I know
iTunes, Stitcher.
you just started listening.
All right. You guys can find us at modernretrocast.com. We're on Stitcher, iTunes. There's a couple others, right? What other?
We're on YouTube.
YouTube. We got a YouTube channel now.
Yep.
When was that?
2 weeks ago.
Oh shit! Okay. I
Make
forgot.
sure the SEO is current. You got to put all the stuff we talked about, the reviews, the names of the titles, so people can search for us and like us when they find us.
It's in there. You're just bad at searching.
What else we got?
We got an email.
We got an email. I'm waiting for you to say it.
modernretrocast@gmail.com.
At gmail.com.
And like Roy said, you can find us on our website, which is a hub to everything and everywhere, which is modernretrocast.com. From there, you can go to iTunes, where you can subscribe and you can leave a rating. You can go to Stitcher from there, where you can subscribe and leave a rating. You can leave comments and feedback on the website. You can email us from the website, and the website will take you to our YouTube channel and our Twitter and our Facebook. modernretrocast.com. Check us out. Thank you so much for listening every week. We really appreciate it. I know there's a lot of people that listen every week who get a kick out of what we do, and we really appreciate that. So just keep listening. I want to bring back a segment from a previous podcast.
Versus the verses.
I think we're gonna start bringing that soon.
Yep.
I don't know how the schedule's gonna be going over the next month because it's the fucking holidays, and it always fucks shit up. But I'm gonna try to keep this as consistent as possible.
We'll get something out to them.
Yeah, so we have a lot of plans coming up still. We're only on episode 13, but we're here because you guys keep listening, at least 5 of you. So
you guys keep listening, we'll keep recording, we'll keep on being silly.
So again, thanks a lot. Thanks for listening, and we will hear you next week.
See you later.
Bye. Slow clap.